She called that radio, and it's an exciting day. We've got a big announcement to make, buzzing for it. I think we're going to start with a little song first, just to kind of warm us up. But I have Becci Wallace is backstage, just about to join us. But let's just listen to a song from Becci Wallace called "Take It to the Radio," and that's what we're doing tonight. We're taking it.
Talk is cheap, it could cost me. Keep it in, someone stop me. Sink or swim in the offbeat on the air. In my head, confusion, bite my tongue, don't use it. Keep it down, 'cause you've said enough for the world. Say something, let it be pure, or say nothing, but be sure. Take it to the radio, let the people know how you feel. Ooh, papa. Ooh, papa. Ooh, papa. Talk is cheap, coming at me. No foundation, something concrete. Shifting shapes, give me nothing to believe in. So say something, let it be pure, or say nothing, but be sure. Take it to the radio, let the people know how you feel. And save me from your words, false wisdom, filtered, not raw. Can't listen if this
Is she
is
called
all it
Radio?
takes. In a fraction of a second.
We are live on the radio, and welcome to the show, Becci Wallace.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I don't know how you've got time for everything. I don't know how you.
Like, I literally used my 7-year-old daughter's makeup because I was like, I don't know where mine's is. I think it's in a car. Fine. That's how I've got time. It's a DIY. It's DIY, isn't it? You know all about that, Mark?
I do know about DIY. It's a pain in the ass.
It's hardcore. It is hardcore. It's nice to see you looking fresh.
Well, I feel fresh.
Good.
I've moved to a retirement home away from traffic and people.
Good.
I think it was the
Yeah,
people that was the
great.
problem. I think it was the people that was stressing me out. So I'm feeling good,
Yeah.
and I'm excited as well because we've got big announcements here tonight.
They're big.
Exclusives,
They're big.
exclusives. So
Exclusive.
do you want to tell people what we're gathered here together for?
We're gathered here today, dear people, to announce. I don't like. Can I just say something first? See announcements. I'm not into it, right? See announcing.
Well, we'll just have a bit of quiet time then. We'll just have a bit
Right.
of quiet.
What we'll do. This is no. I want to do this, but what we'll do is we'll just say it. So I have, for some ungodly reason, booked a tour. And I've got together an amazing band, and we're going to go on tour. So last year, Steg G and I released After the Fog Air, which was my third studio album. And we did some great shows last year and got it off and running. And I had this vision. It's been a long time since before lockdown that I've had a band, because life and paying people and just like things, do you know what I mean? It's tough to get people together and then to like pay them fairly, and like I'm all about that. So we're very lucky to get the means through the people we Creative Scotland to put a tour on. So we're doing it, but we're doing a rural tour for the most part, and then a relaunch of the album in Glasgow, which I have just got support for too. And the reason I'm doing it, Mark, is because I did a listening party last year in Govan when my album came out, and everyone kept telling me that it was kind of like the chat in between it was dead good. And I'm actually not that great at chat when I'm put on the spot, but it turns out when I'm talking about songs and like I'm in that world, it's quite good. So I was like, why don't we put something together that's got all the music in it, but has this kind of like sense of theme in chat and like can be an actual show rather than just me standing on stage freaking out before every song and saying the first thing that comes to my head. So I've kind of created this world with it. So we're going on tour in collaboration with You Call That Radio as well, who've supported the tour. And we're going to be hitting the dizzy heights of Ullapool on the 24th of April. That's our first date, followed by the wonderful lowlands of Straven, and then even further low to New Galloway. Then we're going to go to Rossia. I hear it's nice there. And then lastly, we're going to do a relaunch of the album with a full band in a big summer show in Glasgow on the 21st of June. So I'm buzzing, and I've been holding it back to announce it. So there you go.
Yeah, it's well done. Well done.
Thank you. Announcement made.
His announcement has been made, and yeah, it's so basically, I got involved with the booking side of it, and it's been a really brilliant educational experience talking to all the rural promoters,
Yeah.
and it's off season, so they're all kind of on. Nobody really works in the islands in the winter that much. Well, I'm sure some people do, but I think events wise, it's maybe like part time people or people that maybe there's a committee. It can be quite slow, but I met so many lovely, interesting people. I think there's about 10 more venues that wanted you to play as
Yeah,
well.
and we might do it. We'll see how this goes. If this is the tour that finally breaks us through to the big town, you know how it can be that way in New Galloway. Then if this is the one, then we'll keep going. I'm a big fan of seeing the country, man, especially the rural areas. Like I love being about in Scotland. I love driving. I love cutting about. So I'm looking forward to seeing it all. And if I can see more, I will as well. We'll see.
See, I've never really thought we've played a few rural places before, but it's always been somebody's contacted us.
Yeah.
So, but it's everyone always forgets about it. They always just book the cities.
And I understand that as well, but like, so part of my whole thing was bringing these conversations like out into the rest of the world, away from the city, because the rest of the world being Scotland, away from the city, because like it's just, I love Glasgow and I'm lucky, you know, be able to play here a lot, but it's just, I want to see if it lands with other people that don't know me. Do you know what I mean? And what it feels like to be in a new space, and if they are into the music, or understand what I'm saying, or just like, what is this? But I feel like both of my last two albums, but this one specifically, are all like based around quite connective experiences. So that it's about isolation, about lockdown, about coming out of that, about the fallouts, about the, do you know what I mean? All that stuff. So I think there's like a lot of stuff to talk about as well that maybe we haven't done yet in rural locations. And right now, the only thing that I want to communicate with is art, because everything else is burning. So that's it, man.
It's taken a while, post lockdown, isn't it? Because I think you were planning a tour when you were on the show in 2020.
I was. I actually.
And that, I mean, that was only 2020. Was only last year, wasn't it?
It feels like it was last year.
Yeah.
It feels like this is actually 2019, but it turns out it's 2026. Go figure. Know what I mean? Like, thank God for filters. Never thought I'd say that. But man, it's like it's just been wild. The thing is, right? The thing is this: I teach this stuff, right? So one of the things I teach my students is that you should be paid fairly for your work. So like, it's really important to me that that is the way it is. And so for Fragmentality, I had a couple of big gigs. I did it on like hit and hope, like we'll sell out these venues and we'll pay the band and all that stuff. You know, when it's like now gig economy's worse, you can't be sure who's going to turn up, what's going to happen. So I didn't want it to be precarious for the band. I don't mind doing a gig and, you know, like it just being like, what if? But I didn't want it to be precarious for the band. So I had to wait and like make sure I could do it right. And when you're an artist with limited funding, that's not always possible. Unless you're Darren, and Darren can book a DIY tour, boom, and it's full in like 10 seconds. But that's a very special gift.
So what the your band? So let's talk about Creative Scotland. Let's talk about funding for a bit, because
Let's
as somebody that's
let's
I've never had funding, but it feels like funding might be the only answer right now to do things
Well,
properly.
I mean, I think you have to go into funding in good faith. Right, here's the thing: before I got funding, I completely hated it, and I thought that because I was a wee busker doing the rounds, and quite, I guess, working class in a way, like in terms of the way I spoke and the way I was, and the people I hung about with, and the music I made is weird, and it's not industry, and So like before that, I did funding, I was like, I'll never get this, because I'm not the kind of person that gets it, and I'm not a poster girl for it, right? But my way into it was through Song Seeds, which obviously, I guess, like what I realised about the funding model is you get what you put in. So like in lockdown in that time, which was last year, I did like 6 to 8 months of Sunday songwriting, which some of you guys that are watching this or might watch it later were part of, which I done for free because I loved it, right? And so I put the work in and done like weekly songwriting workshops, weekly feedback, weekly made a wee world, a wee community. And then that was my way into funding, because I was like, I've now got a blueprint that works. I can show you it works, like the songs for Sunday songwriting. We're going on to Roddy Hart's show and Janice Forsyth. I hope she's good wherever she is. Do you know what I mean? That was happening just through the process of the songs being made and us putting them on a playlist on Bandcamp, right? So I was like, right, sound, people were into this. It wasn't my songs that were getting played. Now and again, it was mine, but everybody was getting a shot. You see, like, Mima Merrill getting her first one or whatever. So I was like, right, there's something in this. Here's a blueprint for something that could work. So between myself and my partner at the time, Rosie Bands, who I was working with a lot, we put together this concept for Song Seeds. And that's grown arms and legs, but also because there was such a strong blueprint for it, you couldn't deny it was fundable, and we also knew what it took to run it. So, we asked for what we knew it would take to run it. And I think that's one of the things too. People always go in there a wee bit shy, or they're a wee bit like, I won't get this, so I won't ask for much. And maybe they put themselves down, or they don't value their own work. But if you say, like, this is how much it costs to facilitate a project, you will get the funding. And if you take the feedback, if you don't get it and try again, you will get it. But I'm not a pure, cheerleader for it. But at the same time, I've been fortunate. But my route in was through Song Seeds. And then this tour was my next attempt, and I didn't get it on the first round. I had to go again for it.
What do you think? What do you think was the difference between your failed application and your successful one?
They gave me feedback, so it was really pernickety. Firstly, it really got a really good rating. Like, there was no problems with it, but they basically said, you've said you want to use visuals here for some of this, because on the tour I've got a wee projector and we're using some visuals. I worked with an artist a wee bit, or working with one. And so they were kind of like, can you explain in a more deeper way why visuals are important for the impact of music? And so I was like, right, well, here's why. And went into pure university mode and was like, studies show that, meaning is more articulated when you map music to visuals. And that was enough. And I got the funding. So it was just a case of like, and being clearer on exactly where the tour was going to hit and the demographics and stuff. So you have to get dead specific, but if you can do that, you can get it. So I do think there's like a black cloud over it a wee bit, and I understand why, because it is a wee bit hostile, especially the form filling out process. That's like how they cut the weeds away, because it's so hard to fill that form out. But if you just do it and you follow the rules, and you've got a good project, and your project's not just about self-indulgent self-promotion, you'll get it. Sometimes you can do that too, I guess.
I filled out a form once and I didn't get it. Not Creative Scotland, just a form.
Just any form?
Any form.
Like a Google form?
Straight away they're like, what's your name?
Who are you? I know.
Boring.
I noticed you flashed a wee hang up on the screen there.
I did, yeah. I was setting you up for an advert.
Well, I'll keep. Sorry, I'm so bloody talkative. Song Seeds. So Song Seeds has grown into this. It's really, it's a wee bit like a cult, right? I'm going to be honest. It's got cult properties, right? We're a group of people. We let new people in. No, it's not that bad. You can come in and join our cult. We go away to the forest or the woods 3 times a year, or whatever, or a farm or a field, and we write for 5 days. We do a show with all the songs that we write in the local community. And these people, this collective of people, have grown over time. This is a celebration of some of that music from the last 2 years, with some of the artists that are part of that. And it's actually happening a week today in stereo. So it's a real beautiful concept, which is that we will all be on stage, all those people, for the whole concert. Opening up the concert is Mellow Party, the legends Colin, John, and all that, and Gordy, of course. But then when that concert starts, we'll be on stage. We'll be all over each other's music, so you'll get a big band experience with each song. I mean, some of these musicians are world class, man. So it's a real brilliant opportunity to hear world class performances in stereo. And in what a way you'll not hear them again. So these are all songs we've wrote throughout that time. And now we're just working together to make stuff happen. And there's people in here that are just coming, like Fiona, for instance. She's just coming to play fiddle for people because she loves Song Seeds and she wants to do it, you know, and things like that. So there's just a great group of legends that are part of it. And it's a kind of once you pop, you can't stop thing. And I would definitely say if you're an artist, come to the gig and see what we're all about, because Song Seeds don't advertise themselves as part of the music industry. We're not trying to be cool. Like, it's not about being cool. It's not about being like our name being everywhere or, you know, getting the big plays. It's about making music, writing music, being creative, and there being a space where that is sacred and like is allowed, so that we're not always just in competition with each other. So it's a real cult / community that I've built there.
And that's the Thursday.
So on Thursday, yeah.
Thursday the 5th of March at
Thursday
Stereo.
the 5th, a week today in stereo, and the tickets are online and scheduled just now. And as I say, we've also got the amazing Mellow Party. John, the Colonel, has been part of Song Seeds on and off for the last few years, and I'm so excited to have them there as well, man.
Yeah, it's been great songs have been born in the Song Seeds, and I've still not made one. But I actually nearly made one by mistake, because I was in New Galloway when you were running about that neck of the woods.
It was so good, that one.
Yeah. It was thunderstorms and stuff. I was in a caravan with no electricity in the middle of nowhere.
We drove to the Galloway Arms Hotel in a thunderstorm to play the gig. And so, because we write all these songs, and then the last day we go and we play the gig. And usually in a community centre or a bloody farm or something, you know, like. But
so yeah, just to clarify for people, you're on a retreat, so you've got like accommodation, places to.
Yeah, 5 nights. So the whole point of it, if everyone's heard me moaning about it, before, going on about it, but songwriting retreats are extortionate, right? They price out artists like us, working class artists are priced out of them, unless you've got £1,700. And you can just go on a random retreat and listen to someone talk about their careers and why they should be leading the retreat. I'm not into that, right? My idea is that songwriting retreats the experience is so good that all artists should be able to experience them. So Song Seeds, it's not £200 to come to this gig, but for the 5 nights, it's £200 for Song Seeds. And that includes a masterclass, 2 DIY artist workshops, all your food, and then a chef, your residence, obviously, in a big, beautiful house in the middle of nowhere, and then the opportunity to perform. But the thing it does most is it gives people an opportunity to network. It gives people an opportunity to get to know each other and find new connections. And there's been a lot of that at Song Seeds. Excuse me. So that's something that, you know, it's that dirty word again, networking, but at Song Seeds, it's like you're building a community, so it's a safe network, people that know you, they know your music, and can perform with you confidently and know your style. There's no genres. We've got everything from punks to hip-hop artists to folk singers to experimental artists to crazy, like just random, wild music. And Aye, it's just the love of music, man. That's what it's all about. But doing that in a very retreat focused way, where even though it's fun, it's also a wee tiny bit strict. So you've got those like you have to write a song a day, go and come back with a song, rather than just like, oh, whatever, we'll see what happens. 3 years later, you've got 2 verses.
And you've got to, because it's competitive. So you've got,
Well, it is, yeah. But it's
so
convivial. It's collegiate, as they would say. So it's like it is competitive, but it's only competitive because the musicians are so good that it gives you this like burst of like excitement to make something brilliant. So it's not competitive like, oh, I've never seen a competition happen, put it that way.
I've got the link. I put the link tree in the comments. So you've got Glad Cafe, Cat Strand, New Galloway, Butte, Straven, and all your social medias. Maybe you might add your song seeds into that link tree as
I
well,
will
though.
do that. I will
will
do
do
that.
that.
I'll do that. Yeah, straight after this chat.
I've asked the people. I've asked a poll. So because you very kindly added my logo for booking, but I've asked the people in a poll. If you're tuned in on YouTube just now, then you can vote whether I just keep you call that radio for the bookings, because I loved it, and obviously I'm trying to get more stuff that's a bit I can do remotely without having to.
You enjoy just booking things remotely.
Yeah, because I'm like, oh god, that seems like I don't need to travel. I don't need to travel. I like it, and I got a wee buzz. I get a wee buzz at it as well, and it's great to sort of keep involved. So I am available for hire if anyone wants to book their tour. But I was thinking about rebranding it. Should it be you call that radio or you call that bookings, or do I need to rebrand? I was going to rebrand, but Hugh Reid tells me I'm wrong. Hugh Reid is one of the acts that will be performing with you on this tour.
That's right. We've got
the king of Butte. The king of Butte is going to be
really
there.
is the king of Butte.
He is the king of Butte. Yeah.
We did the Songseed show there, and who turned up? Hugh Reid, and he played a couple of absolute belters as well. Had everyone in the palm of their hand. His hands.
Hugh showed me an NME review he got in the 80s, and it was like a staggeringly tall Scottish man or something. I think he maybe correct me if he's watching.
That's the kind of review when they just start describing you as part of the review. You've either won them or lost them at that point. Like, I don't know.
Well, Hugh actually went to the guy's house. He was in London, and the guy said that he was going to review his gig, but the enemy writers would never show up. So what Hugh did was got the guy's address and picked him up and went, oh, we're just passing on the way, so we thought we'd give you a lift. So they basically kidnapped the enemy writer who couldn't sort of back out at that point. And he got quite a good review. Jigsaw Tiger says tour sounds brilliant.
Yes, Jigsaw Tiger's a legend.
Mary's in the house. Epi Mew says, sorry, I'm just here, but it's nice to see Becky and yourself. Yes, thank you everyone for tuning in. We're going to play a wee tune just now for people that maybe not aware of your music. I've got the one, I picked one with a music video, which I don't know if I think you'll be focusing on the album, but the ones I've got is The Things They Say About Love.
Oh, that's a belter, I was thinking about that song the other day.
Yeah. So how are you approaching the tour with the set list? Is it going to be all the new album, or are you going to throw
the new album and we'll throw some oldies in there too? I want to do the new album as a kind of story, because there's a story behind it, but I'll tell you about in a minute. But so we'll do the new album as the full set, because I've got this amazing band who I should totally shout out as well, because they're brilliant. That I've kind of not cobbled together. We did a show supporting Darren in November. That was our first show, and it was just, they're just great. It felt just dead easy, and they picked up the song so well. And I'll start with, there's a legend. I'm all about harmonies, so I've got Rebecca O'Rourke, who's a fantastic singer, who was a master's student of mine years ago, and that's a good thing as well about working with all these amazing young artists. So she's doing a lot of the bulk of the harmonies, which are a really important part of what I do, right? So she's brilliant. And then I've got beautiful Johnny Slater on the keys, who is like Glasgow's session musician at this point. But I've been working with, because I met him through Songseeds and through that whole group. And he's just a solid like player, but also just a solid collaborator. He's a kind of rock in the group. He knows all the songs. If Johnny's there, you know the gig's going to be beautiful. And then I've got my dear friend and absolutely fantastic drummer, Claire Duffin, who used to play for Suspire and is now doing a thing called the Duffins with her husband Paul. But she's just a brilliant drummer. She loves the tunes, and it's nice to have her with me because we just usually are stuck in an office together. So to get out and about is fantastic. And lastly, I've got wonderful Adam Roach, who's on the bass. He's an excellent bassist. So I just a solid band. Adam's also one of the master students. So as I say, it's good to be able to kind of farm the best musicians. So that's the vibes. We're going to do the whole show, doing a bit of visuals, doing a bit of lighting, doing a bit of, I wouldn't call it comedy because I'm not that funny, but my life is ridiculous. So a bit of kind of like that stuff as well.
Like an audience, so it's an audience with Becci Wallace.
I would say so. Aye.
Audience. Do you know the mill in Straven looks amazing for that kind of vibe?
Looks beautiful.
And so as does Catstrand as well.
Aye. And maybe in the other ones, if it's more appropriate to just play banger after banger, that's what we'll do. Obviously, we'll feel the crowd out, but I'm really looking forward to ending it back in Glasgow in the Glad Cafe as well, which is my favourite venue. It just is. It's just a great venue. The sound's always great. It's a lovely feeling in the space. I love that venue. I launched my first album there, and so I'm buzzing to go back there and finish this tour there and do the whole show properly there as well.
And as for the Bowling Club, it's not obviously a theatre like the other places, but it's behind the stage is the sea.
It's got sea views.
It's got sea views.
People pay a lot for that, and we're only asking £10.
And also, it's a daytime one, that one. So it's designed so that if people want to get the ferry to Butte, they can go watch the show, watch Becci Wallace and her band, watch you reading the Velvet Underpants, and then get the ferry back. In fact, I'll give you another exclusive. It's Super Sunday. She call that radio Super Sunday because it's not been announced yet, but Jinx Lennon will be playing McCool's that night. So
fantastic.
Get to Butte, have the daytime gig, and then go back to Glasgow and finish with Jinx Lennon, who he kindly took us on tour at Ireland last year. So we've been sorting them out with Scottish tour. He's in Edinburgh and one more place to be confirmed that weekend as well. So it's all happening that weekend. Colonel Mustard's
Jolly, a wee mini Jolly in the spring, man. That is great.
John Colonel Mustard is in the house. Who just
Hi, John.
His ears must have been burning there. So how does the band? We just talked about all the band, and obviously I was lucky enough to see everybody in action at Darren's show in December.
Yeah.
So I would say it's got a very kind of classic rock pop kind of folk.
Yeah, well,
it sounds like you're playing almost like, I don't know, cover versions of the hits, if that makes sense.
And in some ways, it's a total different vibe. Obviously, me and Steg made this with mostly kind of hip hop focused beats and production. So getting it out and guess feeling it out in this way is different. I'd say it's more eclectic in terms of like the possible reach of the audience. But I mean, we played this kind of select ones at that gig. The whole album kind of flows. I had this idea, man. It's so stupid, really, but I've clung to it for dear life because it was my idea that I would do this like after lockdown as a smug bitch. Oh, sorry, a smug person. So I was feeling a bit smug. And so I wanted to do a pop album. I was just like, my first album was like a kind of folksy thing. Second was like dark trip hop stuff. I was like, I just wanted a pop album, easy peasy, flat pack pop. Me talking about other people rather than me talking about myself. That's the vibe. But it didn't turn out that way. So the album is a kind of story of like realizing that I'm talking nonsense and that like I'm giving out advice that I can't take. And that's what we often realise when we're sitting on our wee pedestals feeling smug. So the album has these kind of really poppy tones in it, but it kind of switches through it and you start to get that older, more usual sounding style. And I'm looking forward to realising that with the band as well, like especially the kind of darker moments in it. just to kind of, and then that makes the kind of more poppy moments even more exciting. And when we say pop, we're talking Shadi and like rock and roll. We're not talking like K-pop Demon Hunters. It's a very specific sound, but it's very old school, kind of more backy than it is like, you know, like harping back to that kind of sound.
What did you say? K-pop demons?
Please tell me you've heard of them.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, to be a hermit. I love it.
If I've been missing it,
I don't know if you're missing out, but it's
No.
let's just call it a cultural moment if you're under the age of 10. it's like the guys who it's the same artist who did the art for Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. So like that really cool manga style, but it's K-pop and it's about it's basically Buffy the Vampire Slayer, but the weapon is singing rather than kicking ass.
Right, I'm even more confused now. Let's play a song. It's not helping me. This description's not helping me.
Someone else can fill you in, I'm sure.
Get K-pop Demon Hunters and wait, the band's wait a minute, the band's called K-pop Demon Hunters. I thought it was a band that played K-pop that was called Demon Hunters.
The band's John, the band is called Huntrix, okay? I have a 7-year-old daughter, so I know this. The band's called Huntrix, but they're hunters. That's their job. They're expelling the demons from the world through singing.
So they're not called K-pop Demon Hunters. No one's called K-pop Demon Hunters then.
No, they sing K-pop and they hunt demons.
Right.
It's a great title. I mean, it does what it says in the tin.
The song is called Golden, says
That's
Joe.
Joe Doer. Aye, he's right. It's called Gold. We're not playing it, Joe. Okay. But we'll talk another day. I was going to do a lecture, right, about why K-pop Demon Hunters sells music and you don't. That's going to call the lecture, and just like break down the formulaic genius of these songs. I mean, it's another world of production and vocal warping and auto tune and all that's mental. It's hyper pop, right? It's not my vibe, but I can respect it because it's a big deal, man.
Never heard it.
I love that you've heard of it.
No, not at all. Like my bubble's quite strong. See, this is why I used to hate famous pop artists when I was young, because you couldn't get away from it. It was everywhere. We didn't really have. It was just sort of pre iPods, pre MP3 players. You were kind of stuck with whatever's playing in the supermarket. So you didn't have many channels. There was internet. It wasn't real internet. You didn't really have YouTube. So you were kind of forced to watch Top of the Pops or I don't know, MTV2.
Yeah, you were forced, and I can't remember the name for it, but there is a whole boring conversation around what that is and what that was. The cultural apparatus, it's called. So it's like what they advertise to you, and then everyone starts buying it because they're told it's popular, and then suddenly we live in a world where everyone listens to the same songs. In the 90s, it was your Marty Pello and your Celine Dion and all that stuff. But it changes over time, man. And now
Celine Dion catching strays there. Celine Dion is that Celine Dion catching strays?
I loved Celine Dion when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Do you know what I said? And overdubbed a tape of me singing My Heart Will Go On, right? Overdubbed it, like double tracked it. I was about 7 or 8, and I sent it to the Big Breakfast, right? Johnny and Denise on Channel 4, right? And they phoned my mum and they asked me if I'd come in and sing on the Big Breakfast in Channel 4. They said they'd pay for me to go down to London. And the segment they were going to get me on to sing on was called Pushy Mothers. And my mom was like, no, you're not doing it, which was a wise move. But at the time I was heartbroken. But it was because
your heart did go on.
My heart's still going on somehow.
Jigsaw Tiger says the story of the woman EJ who wrote the music for the film is really interesting.
It is.
Hold on, is this a film or I thought it was a band?
It's a film, and the band are part of the film, and they're also a band now because the music was so successful that now it's on the top of every chart ever, forever, and ever, amen. It's mental, man.
I've not heard Demon Hunters. I've heard Cowboy Hunters. No Demon Hunters, but shout out Cowboy Hunters. I like them.
Zombie Hunters. There's plenty of hunters out there.
I do love Celine, says Stuart. Okay, there's a Celine Dion fan club in the house. I'm not going to say anything else.
What was the first tape you bought, Mark? Never
first
mind.
date.
Ash,
No,
it's
no,
not I know this.
you want to actually, you're going to
Aye.
like this answer. You're going to like
Let
it.
me hear it.
The honest truth.
Honest, be honest. I'm going to be honest. I don't care.
Slam Jam by the WWF Superstars.
Yes.
Not the cool answer. Not the cool answer. But
Killer. Spectacular. Mine was Love Is All Around by Wet Wet Wet.
well, I think everybody. I think it was a legal requirement to buy that. It was number one in the charts for about
Put my
3
Sony
years.
Walkman headphones on in the top of my bunk and just go to sleep listening to it. That's
do you
how
make-
I became this.
What do you make a Wet 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 playing without Marty Pello? Is that
It's out of
allowed?
order. It's out of order. Scotland's Rose, Marty Pello? No way.
When does a band stop being? Because I seen a thing earlier on about who was it? Dead Kennedys maybe, and somebody else. It's a couple of things that I seen today, and it was people. You know, bands are touring now, especially the older bands. People die. People are not don't want to tour.
Yeah.
But the band goes on.
When
Can
does
you
it
just do that?
stop being the same band?
Yeah, when does it stop being the same band?
Is there not some hang about this? Like if you put something together and then over time you fix it, but every piece changes.
That's Only Fools and Horses. Trigger. Only Fools and Horses. He got an MBE from the Queen for saving the council money for having the same mop for 15 years, which had 22 heads and I don't know, what do you call it? The sticks, 17 sticks.
Is it the same mop? That's the thing. What a beautiful piece of philosophy to throw in there via Del Boy. I love that. I love that. I don't know. I think like if a lead singer changes, fair enough. Like I love Linkin Park's new singer. And so if that happens, fine. But I think once
Is she all right? I thought she was cancelled for being a Scientologist or something.
Oh, I don't know anything about that. All I know is that she sings the theme for for Raw, no, for SmackDown, and it's dead good. And that's all I care about. I don't know, man. I think it's like the Sugar Babes, isn't it? They've had like so many members, haven't they? So if you know about that stuff, another great band. I don't know, man. Yeah. I think when the songs become shite, you can disown the band. If the songs suffer, the band's gone.
Well, some of my band members were thinking about giving our last gig on the 28th of March. I'm done.
They're going to keep it going without
you?
I
don't know. They were maybe joking. I don't know. But they were talking.
I think we should have a poll about that and just end that now.
Would that be all right? Yeah, would it be all right for the Gyro Babies to continue without me?
No.
Because the thing is, I would be happy to do the booking. I just can't be bothered with the traveling. You said you like traveling. See, I like going to the new places. I love going to new places, but it's just a bit of traveling. I don't like it.
I think, and I'm not judging MD, but there's maybe a toss up here, which is if I'm doing something, I've got to get back for the wins. So often I'm not drinking, right? If I'm doing a show or whatever. And that really helps me enjoy it. Because what will happen is you'll end up spending all your money and then like staying longer than you should have. Not you personally, I'm not pointing at you.
You are literally pointing at me.
Yeah. And staying longer than you should have and stuff. Whereas I need to go.
This is literally reading my tarot cards. Do you go to gigs and drink too much and stay longer than you should? Maybe.
I think that's pretty much everybody for them. And me too, if I'm not playing. But when I'm playing, I always get up the roadside.
Well, the thing is that when I was younger, I loved touring, and it was the rest of the band that I couldn't convince to do all the things I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And now I've actually got all the band are great, and they actually seem quite up for most things. But everybody's busy as well, so it's quite hard to.
It's a novel thing for me. It's escapism. If you're a touring artist all the time, that's a way of life. It's like any job, isn't it? You would get bored. Whereas I'm more of a studio session singer, etc. So if I get to go on tour, it's like a big deal for me. I'll probably hate it. By the Glad Cafe, I'll be like, that's it. No more Becci Wallace. Is the band Becci Wallace without me?
I don't think so. I think that's it looks like it's a well-placed tour. You've got breaks.
Plenty of breaks, yeah.
So I think you'll be looking forward to all the things.
I definitely will be. And if anyone is out there and they are part of one of these little rural places here, feel free to check out the link tree and book one of those. Because it's always a wee bit scary when you do something rural. Will people come or won't they? Although I must say, most of these places are totally on top of it, so I'm not worried. Ullapool is like this little secret. It's not a secret, right? It exists, right? But it's like this little hive of art. It's great. We went up a couple of years ago for the book festival. Darren was speaking at it, and I was like, "We need to come back here. This is so like just buzzing with art and music, and it's really cool, man. It's a pure wee centre for the Highlands for music, so I'm looking forward to it. But it's mostly folk music, so I don't know what they'll think about me.
Ullapool is the that's where you get the ferry. That's where you get the ferry to go to the Isle of
On the way,
Stornoway. Yeah, so I've been there before,
yeah.
and it was. I didn't like it, but it was raining. It was raining.
It's
I
just
was
like
wait.
a bit higher up, basically.
Oh, I was it's a long story, but I didn't have a great weekend, and it was a long time ago, and it was pissing the rain, and I didn't know that Ullapool had that, or there was things going on.
Things happen there.
Yeah,
You kind of, I mean, I think in general, actively seeking things is always smart. There's like that wee place we were playing, Cayley Place, has got a wee bookshop in it, and there's a wee art store, and it's all cool, man. And the woman who basically runs Ullapool, right, her name's Joan, and she's like 87, and she runs all the events, and then she's like a pure dynamo. So she's got Ullapool on lockdown, man. Like she's just got all the gigs running, all the promo, Ullapool Express. It's mental, man. She's great. Shout outs to Joan up in Ullapool.
Joe wants to say Scotland loves Marty Pello, but is he really that good though? Not sure, honestly. I don't know if everyone loves Marty Pello. I think he kind of divides opinion a wee bit.
I think
think-
he's like, he's kind of like a, sorry, Matty Pello, but it's kind of like a joke. It's like our collective wee joke, basically. Like he was on, I think he's a great singer. Last year at New Year, he totally rinsed the New Year show. Me and Darren were in buckets just laughing, like, why is Marty Pello back again? Like, he'd done a song and then he'd done another thing and then he was back. It was just like the Marty Pello show. So I think, like, he's definitely Scotland's Rose. That's our vibe with him. So just let him be. Whether he's good or not is neither here nor there. He's been chosen.
Well, you know that meme with the Spider-Man's pointing at each other. Mellow Party and Marty Pello will unite at Pitlochry. They're on the same bill.
I can't actually believe. Please tell me, is that a Cliffy Biro scenario right there?
A Cliffy Biro scenario, indeed. And it's
Is
also God the Duncan's got home advantage because he's the Fresh Prince of Pitlochry. So I might even go. The good thing about I've not got any festivals this year, so I might just go to places. I was buzzing to see that a big city this year in Queen's Park spiritualised and super furry animals.
Nice.
So I was going to go to Lindisfarne, but I think I'm just going to go to that instead.
If it's on your doorstep, well, if it's close to your doorstep, you should go. Like definitely.
I've got my summer back. So
I'm proud of you, Mark.
I can go if I want. And also, I'd actually bought tickets.
It's my summer, and I'll go if I want to. That's you, man.
Well, I'd bought tickets for the Super Furry Animals and the Beta Band in London. And then I was like, I don't really want to go to London. So I'm going to, if anyone wants to buy tickets for the Super Furry Animals and the Beta Band in London, I'll hopefully see the Beta Band somewhere else. I seen them a couple months ago. I'll see them again. But Super Furry Animals and Spiritualised in Glasgow, I'm buzzing for that. Stacey's in the house. I lived and worked, I think, in Ullapool. Shout outs to Stacey. There you go.
Nice.
Proof that it's got culture.
It's got culture. It's got a wee dose of culture up there.
Epimew says it's a division. Marty Pello is it's a divide. I'm definitely on the divisive side. He ain't no thistle.
Because he's a rose.
It's a rose, Scotland Rose. Iona says, yes, I love the bookshop in Ullapool. There was a good vibe there.
Yeah, it's beautiful, man. Cool people. There's another wee town like that, probably you know it, called Burnham, which is beside Dunkeld. And it's like, I feel like it's where people that are artists go to retire. Like, it's got a pure, like certain age kind of demographic, but it's all quirky like artists. They've got a Beatrix Potter museum, which is cool, but they've also got a amazing like what's it called, like a theater kind of like showcase area where like I met Peggy Seeger there once, just like putting about. She held Lily for a bit because Lily was trying to run into the water, so they've just got this pure random amazing community there too, the Burnham Arts Centre, which is a really cool place. So there seems to be all these wee like refuges, like oases for artists in Scotland where they just go, and Ullapool's definitely one. So I can't
It might be like that here. I don't know. I don't see anybody ever. But
in your undisclosed location.
in my undisclosed location, yeah. There is. I've heard rumours of an art scene, but I've not really went anywhere. I'm actually a wee bit. Everyone says, "I'll wait till the spring, summer." I don't want tourists here. I'll be.
Wow, you've become one of them already.
I'll be a pitchfork. I'll have my pitchfork ready. Get off my land. No tourists here. Most wee towns have fuck all going on. Very succinct.
That's true. Yeah.
I've got a song. I've been trying to play a song for about 20 minutes.
I know. We're just as bad as each other. Play the song.
I just want to play a song in case people aren't aware of your music before. So we started with a song for them, but because unless you're listening to this as an audio podcast, we're on a video podcast live right now. So we're going to do a video, and the first, I think probably my favourite one that's got a video is The Things They Say About Love. So do you want to give us a wee introduction to that? We'll play that and then we'll chat for another 15 minutes.
Man, like all my music, this song is about something I've experienced. So before I got married, I was dead scared about it. And so it's really a song about that. Like, what happens if we hold hands and jump into this abyss as two people that probably would never have got married had we not met each other. So it's a song for me and Darren, but it's kind of all about the fear of like doing something that to take back would be momentous, and that fear still lives with me every day. There you go.
Let's go then. Let's hear it. Let me know if the sound's okay, because I've been messing about the settings.
And when
It's better.
we go sailing, we won't come back again. When we go sailing, we won't come back again. Tell me it's true, the things they say about love. He takes her to dancing. Tell me it's true, the things they say about love. She patches up his bruises, kisses, listens, pushes. It's an inspired old game, making like the pictures in the window display. Dusty cabinets, Saturdays at home. Tell me we can, the things they say about love. He sharpens my edges. Tell me we can, the things they say about love. We used to be so reckless, racking up regrets. Now we're the talk of town, making like the pictures in the windows we hate. Love forever into the unknown. And when we go sailing, tell me you're not bored. The things they say about love, she takes him for granted. Tell me you're not bored. The things they say about love, he always makes excuses, and she says that he's useless. We're the talk of town, making like the pictures in the window display. Love forever, Saturdays at home, alone again.
Tune.
I'm so jealous of her hair.
Where was that? Where was that filmed? That looks nice.
My favourite beach in the whole world, which is Fairley Beach,
Oh, yeah.
for the most part, and then down by the Clyde. I love it there. It's my favourite place. It's always quiet, and I just like the idea of a row of tenements and in the front of the sea. You know what I mean? It's just cool, man. But it's hilarious looking at it because the ones with the black jacket were after lockdown. So it was Andrew Mackenzie that filmed it, and we done the first half in December 2019, or maybe even January. And then lockdown hit, and then we couldn't do anything. And then the next time I've just got this pure mad purple mop hair because you weren't allowed to like do anything, man, or like get your hair done or whatever. So it's a pure contrast. But there you are.
Scottish album of the year is the Jackal Trades equivalent, where the song was started to get filmed about 6 months before lockdown, and then I kind of forgot about it because things, there was the world was on fire. Aye, but then I put on a lot of weight, and it's funny, and the hair as well. Because remember, there was just I know some people were getting illegal haircuts, but I didn't get any illegal haircuts.
I gave my family Peaky Blinders haircuts, and Darren was so raging, like, because it was so bad. But I was like, I'll dare, no bother. And it was like awful, man.
Well, shouts to Debbie Love, who gave me a haircut.
Oh, yeah, what a legend.
On stage at the Icebox. Well, haircuts were still, I think it was a grey area.
It was a spectacle.
Like, oh, no, because it was art. It was art, so you're allowed to have haircut for art. So because it was a music video. But yeah, that she did a number on my Fringe. It's never really recovered. We got some feedback from the song. Stuart says stunning tune. Joe says great tune with banging views. Jigsaw Tiger says love that tune, and Deborah says beautiful song. I wonder what Deborah. Is that Deborah that cut my hair? If I just bammed up, yeah.
Just in the nick of time.
Sorry. In fact, no, I'm not sorry. It was you. If it is you, Deborah Love, it was you that messed up my hair.
It's cool. The fringe is cool. Like, see that wee micro fringe is a very cool vibe.
Well, this was a local barber who gave me a haircut, and he was talking on the phone, like he was shouting at an iPad in Arabic, and it was like, which is fine. I don't care. I talk away. I don't necessarily want to have small talk, so it's fine with that. But he was shouting like while he was in my ear, so it was like, and I've had
that your haircut experience, man. Like, a haircut is supposed to be a relaxing 10 minutes for guys. It's like 2 hours for lassies, but it's supposed to be a relaxing thing.
No,
it's supposed to be getting
absolutely. No, it feels like going on an aeroplane. It feels like going on an I would compare it to setting off on an aeroplane. It's no relaxing. But I would say it's not normally as bad as that. It's just that I've still had tinnitus since my album launch, and I don't need people shouting in my ear. But
you don't.
He did an alright job. It's fine.
It's great. It's very.
I didn't complain. I wouldn't complain.
No,
very stylish for a rural barber.
Indeed, a very rural haircut.
Oh, it's Deborah. Oh, speak of the devil, it was Deborah. You duped me into that haircut. No, you told me you were a hairdresser. And you've never mentioned, I've never heard the one other story of you cutting anyone else's hair. I think I was duped. I wasn't the duper.
I'm sure, and that's quite fabulous.
I've been getting some complaints today because I announced that we're doing our last gig on the 20th of March, and I spoke to the art school and they said that if I want to have, because people are wanting to bring their wains and that, under 18s, over 14s, but it means that we've got to have a strict curfew, and I'm still a bit scarred from last year.
That was trauma. That was real trauma, man. Why did those lights go on? What is going on? It was like being at an Unders gig again, but I mean, it's been so long.
Darren thought it was part of the act. He thought it was good. It was good stage work or something.
He's got that Andy Kaufman hanging his head.
Aye, he's like, that's good. I wish I thought it, but no. For anyone that doesn't know, we're about 10 songs into our 12-track album, and then we were going to do an encore with the greatest hits, if you can call it that. And then about 10 songs in, even if it'd been 7 in, it might have been better, but I get past a note saying you need to stop playing now.
Wow.
And then it was because at 10:30 they had to check the wristbands, because I think over 18s get given a certain wristband and under 18s. There was so they said just leave the stage. We're just going to put the lights on, check the wristbands, and you could be back on in 5 minutes. So I was like, right, it's far from ideal, but it's okay. And then the next thing, they threw everybody out onto the street and made them queue up because the bouncers thought it was a new club night was starting. But I'd hired.
Oh man, honestly, I would have been so stressed. You pulled it off nicely. The whole time that was happening, I was just standing there. Nobody threw me out. And it did feel like a part of the show for about 2 minutes, and then it felt like, what is going on? And then there was just like people with wristbands, pure hiding and stuff. I was like, okay, don't know what's happening.
We had to go in and then do 2 songs, and then the last song's an acoustic song, and we totally lost the crowd by that point because everybody's just going to the bar to buy a drink because they've been outside in the cold for half an hour.
Yeah,
and they're all just talking about what was that all about, and then obviously, so we didn't get our pin drop moment for like
because that's what the last song was for. Aye, you'll need to do a relaunch.
No, done. One and done. 28th of March at the art school. I'm off.
Maybe the band could do it without you.
Maybe the band will do it. I don't know.
We could have like rolling front people that just do the show whenever.
It's fine to me. Well, that's what I'm saying. I enjoyed booking your tour. When you were talking about what you wanted to play the LA Sky, I was like, what, for one gig? And then I was starting to feel like that's a lot for me. And then I'm like, I don't need to do it. I don't need to go at the Sky, chill it. But it just seems for me, but I didn't, we avoided Sky because I think that's too long for one. You need to find a weekend that you can all do and do 2 gigs. Because we had 2 venues.
Festival season. I think we're going up to Belladrum and then, but I don't know for sure yet, but I think so. So we'll do that and then maybe after festival season, we'll do something else. You know, go high.
Is it? Look, this is the fucking complaints department now for this gig. Then we lost an hour when the clocks went back. Yes.
Good point. Sovereign Scott, get that. Write a petition.
Bri was right. Bri was the one saying he was, but I'd already had a bit of a, and I had tinnitus because the sound engineer gave me tinnitus. And then Bri correctly told me, no, it's not at the time as we've still got another hour. The venue said that we would get another hour, but they didn't. So I've actually asked the same question to the art school because randomly we are playing exactly a year later on a Saturday night when the clocks go back. So it might happen again.
Right. Okay.
So I can't do much apart from say, can we just clarify that the bouncers are going to go look at the clock and it's 3 o'clock? Are we all right for that? I'm going to get confirmation in writing. So
don't let it scar you for life, Mark. Right?
It scarred me for life.
I understand why.
I didn't really. It was just a lot. It was a big. It was a lot of a year. That wasn't the worst. But yeah, the amazing song and album tour will be stunning. Says Stacey.
Stacey, a great supporter of my music and all our music. What a legend.
And Stuart's glad he didn't have to go out. Some people managed to stay in.
Me too, Stuart. I was firmly placed at the bar. There was no movement. So that's good. So the last Gyro Babies ever is I'm going to promote you now. 28th of March.
28th of March, aye.
In the art school. It's going to be amazing. Can't wait. We'll be there. I was at a Gyro Babies gig once. Oh, not wasn't I? I was at an art school. I think it was Mr. Scruff. And the fire alarm went off. And we all got chucked out in the street. And it was the middle of winter. It was horrible. Happened at Optimal once too. What a boring fact. Anyway, there it is there, Mark. There's your show right there. The farewell show. Tickets on Skiddle through You Call That Radio.
Yeah, shout outs to Martin Windybank, who's made a lovely piece of art.
It's gorgeous.
And if hopefully I remember to get the printouts because people want the printouts. Some people are wanting the high vises. So I'm going to try and get high vises. And then
oh my God, also, that's a great idea.
And me and Gordy have been cooking up a couple of tunes that were unfinished that we're finishing. So I think we might have a wee album of like lost B-sides and stuff as well.
Sketches. I love that. Oh, that's going to be a great. So March is looking good for shows kicking off on the 5th, which is a week today.
Yeah, this is
a concert.
Just forget about January and February. We've made it. We've nearly made it.
Done.
Nearly.
Looks like we've nearly made it.
Nearly made it. Darren's in the house. Emerged at Becci Wallace for the tune.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Right. Okay. Emerged. I thought Dan had misspelled.
Emerged.
Of course he didn't. And I haven't seen Darren's most recent update. I seen he posted a video, but I know that because Darren's left Twitter. Darren's got a UK tour as well. Darren McGarvey, check out he's got a massive tour this year as well.
Selling nicely, and
he's currently turning. He misses Twitter so much that it seems like he's turning Facebook into Twitter.
Only Darren could do that, but he's doing well.
He's doing great. Well. No, everyone's arguing. It's great. It's getting that engagement. So check out Darren's tour as well.
Darren that turned Twitter into Twitter. We've been blaming Elon Musk this whole time.
So the tour. One more time. Let's do it one more time.
Let's do it all.
So give us a sales pitch. One more sales pitch. We're in it. That's has done an hour. So
after the Fog Air, the tour. This is me with a full, amazing, world-class band, touring rural Scotland. All these locations here: the Cayley Place in Ullapool, then the Town Mill in Straven, Catstrand, New Galloway, then Rossi for a wee spring trip across the water. And lastly, 21st of June, closing this album down because I've got a new one already in the pipeline with the relaunch at the Glad Cafe in Glasgow. Supports to be announced for that. Looking forward to that. That's going to be a homecoming of sorts.
Becky loves it when the tour, when her interviews become about me, says Darren. Sorry, and I've just interrupted you at a key moment. But I was actually wanting to ask you, you said you had a Glasgow support act already. Are you not announcing it yet?
I've not announced it yet, but she is an amazing artist, a female artist that I have known for 20 plus years. And she was kind of dormant, I guess, for a wee bit. And over the last 5 years, she's become just such a brilliant songwriter. She's absolutely class. So I'm looking forward to what my heart. And then I've got a couple other ideas as well for after parties and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens.
Amazing. So, and yeah, there's going to be more announcements. I think we've got a Straven announcement coming soon, but I think I need to, well, you've not confirmed that you're all right with it. So we'll get back to Straven.
Probably I'm all right with it. But also, if anyone is out there and you have not bought a ticket for next Thursday, a week today, for the Song Seeds concert, that is going to be something really beautiful and special. A big, big festival sound, band experience with a beautiful Mellow Party supporting. Hundreds of, you've got Clegg's, for instance, that's Ember, Quine and Doug, that's their band. So they've got some new stuff they're putting on. Myself, obviously. You've got Ashley, who's part of Fisty Muffs. You've got Eve Davidson, who's now Witch Wound, an amazing artist that's cutting about right now. Hot Totty, which is a brilliant duo, husband and wife duo. Joe Diarc there as well. You've got Leslie O'Brien of the Carlton Jug Band fame. Lorna Reid, an amazing jazz artist. Lucky Motherson is our very own Alan Govan, who's doing some of his brilliant music, which he doesn't do enough of. Shout outs to Alan in the Mug Shack. You've got Micah Segrist there, world class, amazing artist. Johnny Slater. Marion, which is Mo Gorley, who's a fantastic artist as well. Sarah Grace, pop-tastic voice, it's ridiculous. Sharon Lazybird, who does she plays violin while singing. She's just the weirdest.
Yeah, I remember it in the rabbit hole.
And actually Viv as well there, who's a kind of rapper. Although I don't know if sadly Viv can make it, but there'll be some surprises as well. And then the amazing Mellow Party. So it's going to be packed full of amazing tunes. There's no changeovers. There's going to be a bunch of people on stage and a concert. So it'll be really cool. Very Jules Holland.
And it will be on your link. It'll be on your link tree in about 5 minutes.
It will indeed be. So you can get your tickets there. And please do come. I'm nervous. I don't like this new world of having to sell tickets and wait for payday and all that. But it's payday tomorrow. So let's do this.
It's a good time. And thank you to everyone who's voted in the poll. Should I usually call that radio for bookings or rebrand? It's 90% to 10%.
Well, I think that answers your question, doesn't it? Yeah. One person out there thinks you're branding shite and everyone else thinks it's great.
Well, it's just for the bookings. I think that 90% of you all are wrong and I'll rebrand anyway. So... But thanks for playing.
You're going corporate, aren't you?
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. I want to call it.
So you can go corporate.
I want to call myself Audio Solutions, and then it's just a Audio Solutions Limited. And it's just a beige website,
and it's just a microphone outline is the logo, and that's it.
Event Solutions tour solutions, solutions for solutions.
Optimize your event solutions.
Run the
effectively.
Jules Holland. Amazing. Okay, so good luck with the tour, and thanks for
Thank
getting
you.
me involved. I'm excited to see it. I'll definitely try and get a couple of them. Definitely. Well, I'm going to do Super Sunday. Hugh Reid, the Velvet Underpants, Becci Wallace,
Gotta do
and then
that. That's going to be great.
then back to Glasgow for Jinx Lennon at McCool's. That sounds like I could do it.
Sounds
So
like a great day.
everyone just pick one and buy a ticket. And also check out the album. Can people hear that after the fog air?
It's on Spotify, but if you go to Bandcamp, I don't really pitch for Spotify that much. Go to Bandcamp and get it, listen to it there. You can listen to it or buy it for as much or as little as you want, or for nothing. So it's there. It's a great wee album. So I would love more people to get their footprint on it and listen to it before the tour. It would be great.
Amazing. Well, hopefully Thursday. By the way, might actually make it for Thursday now that I think about it, because if the weather's like it is this week, I'm going to need to come to Glasgow a day early. So I might be there.
Just in case, yeah.
It's just the way it is now. Thank you to everyone who supports the show on Patreon. The show wouldn't exist without you. Thank you very much. Good luck with the tour, Becky. Hopefully see you
Thank you.
the Harvest on Thursday.
Yeah, see you. Thanks for having me, Mark. Lots of
Okay.
love.
Bye.
Bye.